that I'm sorry for this news. I know you've all waited so long for the concerts, and I appreciate your loyalty.
Celine Dion is a famous Canadian singer, actress, songwriter, and entrepreneur. She's known for her powerful, technically skilled vocals. Dion's often called one of the most influential voices in pop music. She has a classical style of singing and range and has cited herself as a mezzo-soprano with a 3-octave range. She's won 5 Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year and Record of the Year. Throughout her long-standing career, she received 2 honorary doctorates in music degree from Berklee College of Music and University Laval. Billboard named her the Queen of Adult Contemporary for having the most #1 singles on the radio format for a female artist.
Getting treatment from my doctors, taking medication, but I'm still experiencing some spasm and it's taking a lot longer for me.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. Her full name is Celine Marie Claudette Dion, but is also known as Queen Celine and the Queen of Pop. She was born March 30th, 1968 in Charlemagne, Quebec, Canada, making her 54 at the time of this production. She stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, or 1.71 meters. Her favorite colors include red, black, and white. Her favorite sport is golf. Dion sticks to her French roots when it comes to her breakfast. To kickstart her day, she opts for a blast of caffeine along with a buttery, delicious pastry. Normal breakfast is a cup of coffee, an espresso, she revealed to The Hollywood Reporter, and a croissant. When it comes to eating between meals, Dion favors fruit, but she's pretty specific about what she likes. On one of her backstage riders, she requested fresh fruit in the form of pineapple, melon, and cherries, though she made it clear that she was interested in fruits that were as fresh as possible. Her music has been influenced by genres ranging from R&B to gospel to rock and classical. Often receiving mixed critical reactions, Celine names singers like Barbra Streisand, Aretha Franklin, and Whitney Houston as influences on her vocal stylings. She's been cited as an inspiration and influence on many of today's most popular singers, and has also collaborated with some of the most famous musicians in the world. Dion has lent a hand to many charities worldwide. She's been involved with the Canadian Cystic Fibrosis Foundation since 1982. She donated $1 million to the victims of Hurricane Katrina and raised $1 million in a fundraising event for the victims of the 2004 Asian tsunami. In 2004, along with Angeli, she supported the Quebec gay community by funding the publication of health and HIV prevention materials in Gay Globe magazine. Dion got engaged in 1991 to her manager, Renee Angeli. He was 26 years her senior. In 1994, the two wed at Montreal's Notre Dame Basilica. In 2000, when Celine went on hiatus, she underwent in vitro fertilization to try and conceive. She gave birth in January 2001 to a boy, Rene Charles. In 2010, at age 42, the couple welcomed twin boys, Eddie and Nelson. On January 14, 2016, Angeli died of throat cancer. His funeral was held at the same location where they got married. 2 days after Angeli's death, Celine's brother, 59-year-old Daniel, also died from cancer.
It's a lot of butterflies in my stomach right now, just thinking to go back on stage and sing again. This is something that I'm looking forward so much.
The youngest of 14 children, she was named after the song Celine by Hugues Offray. She was a rising star early on, wowing the crowd with her singing talents at her brother's wedding at the age of 5. Her parents owned a small piano bar and she'd perform there regularly while growing up. When she was 12, she recorded a demo of a song she'd composed with her brother, Jacques, and her mother, and sent it to music manager Renee Angeli. He was deeply impressed and moved by her vocals and signed her immediately. He refinanced his own home in 1981 in order to fund her first record. Her first album gained her instant notoriety in Quebec and was a #1 hit. She drew international attention in 1982 when she won awards for both Top Performer and Best Song at the Yamaha World Popular Song Festival in Tokyo. By the time Dion was 18, she had recorded 9 French albums and won several prestigious awards. She began lessons to improve her mediocre English in 1988, and 2 years later sprung into the mainstream with the release of her first English-language album, Unison. Dion's true international breakthrough came in 1992 with the Disney animated film Beauty and the Beast and her duet with Peabo Bryson on the title track of the film. In 1996, Dion released her 4th English-speaking album, Falling Into You. By the mid-90s, Dion had established herself as one of the best-selling musical artists in the world. Dion continues to be a successful and much sought-after entertainer, embarking on long residencies, such as in Las Vegas at Caesars Palace in 2009. Throughout the early aughts, she returned to making French-speaking albums, producing 4 between 2003 and 2016. During a Facebook Live event in April 2019, she announced her Courage World Tour, which began in Quebec City in September 2019.
Because, we're still losing a lot of people, and people are still struggling quite a bit, so we have to be super careful.
She's known for her powerful earning potential. In 2009, Forbes magazine reported she was the 2nd highest earning musician after Madonna. Polestar announced in December 2009 that she was the best-selling solo touring act of the decade. In a given recent year, Celine has earned $40 to $50 million from her various endeavors, though the majority of that income was thanks to a lucrative Las Vegas residency deal. She's sold over 220 million albums worldwide and is still a hot live ticket. Her Courage World Tour, which started in September 2019, sold out all 52 of its North American concerts. The European leg of the tour was on pace to sell equally well, but had to be canceled due to the coronavirus outbreak. Between 2000 and 2010, Celine was the highest-grossing entertainer in the world. When you add up ticket sales, record sales, merchandise, and every other source of income, Celine's empire grossed over $720 million. Of that amount, $500 million came from worldwide ticket sales. Of that $500 million, $350 million came from her Las Vegas show alone. She has a net worth of $800 million. In 2008, pre-market crash, Celine and her husband Renee spent $7 million to acquire a lavish mansion on Jupiter Island in South Florida that sits on 415 feet of private ocean frontage, the same island where Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan own properties. The 9,825 square foot house boasts 6 luxurious bedrooms and 8 bathrooms, 2 guest houses, and a beachside cabana with a gym. She listed the 6-acre property for sale in August 2013 for $72.5 million. She couldn't find a buyer even after lowering the price to $65 million, then $45 million. Finally, a buyer clicked in April 2017 for $38.5 million. In 2016, Celine sold a 20-acre private island outside of Quebec for $25 million. Her primary residences today are a $10 million mansion in Paris and an 8,000 square foot mansion in Las Vegas. She owns the following cars: a Mercedes Maybach 62S, a Cadillac Escalade, a Mercedes-Benz S-Class, a Range Rover Vogue, a 1995 Rolls-Royce Corniche, She also owns a BD 700 Global Express XRS private jet.